أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح لله ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم له ملك السماوات والأرض يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش يعلم ما يلج في الأرض وما يخرج منها وما ينزل من السماء وما يعرج فيها وهو معكم أينما كنتم والله بما تعملون بصير له ملك السماوات والأرض وإلى الله ترجع الأمور. I have recited the beginning verses of Surah Al-Hadid, chapter 57 of the Holy Quran. Allah says, in the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful, whatever is in the heavens and the earth glorifies Allah, and He is the mighty, the wise. His is the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. He gives life and He causes death, and He has power over all things. He is the first and the last, and the manifest and the hidden, and He knows all things full well. He it is who created the heavens and the earth in 6 periods. Then He settled Himself on the throne. He knows what enters the earth and what comes out of it, and what comes down from heaven, and what goes up into it. And He is with you wherever you are, wheresoever you may be, and Allah sees all that you do. His is the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and to Allah are all affairs referred. Now, last year I mentioned that learning of the Holy Quran is not a casual thing that we recite a few verses of the Holy Quran in the morning without even going through the translation. And if we just go through the translation, at least we understand what was the meaning of these verses. But pondering on the Holy Quran requires a serious commitment on part of all of us. And by the grace of Allah, Hazrat Naseem Mahdi and his Khulafa have given us enough material and food for thought that we can comfortably say that the knowledge of the Holy Quran will be disseminated by the Ahmadis to the whole world. And this is incumbent upon us that we always, wherever we are, it is not the responsibility of the religious scholars only. This is the responsibility of every Muslim and every Ahmadi Muslim to make sure that we understand the Holy Quran and our knowledge is improving. And it's not just the recitation in the morning. And there are also a lot of people, unfortunately, those who are not even doing that. Just last time I also mentioned the concordance of the Holy Quran. I have used this, and for the last so many years, whenever I traveled, I always made sure that I have a copy of the Holy Quran, my personal Quran, and my personal concordance of the Holy Quran. And if I want to just find out a verse where it is, so I could use it. But now Allah has made things so easy for us that you can even use any search engine and get any verse immediately on your iPhone. And all these things are becoming more and more relevant in our life, because Hazrat Naseem Mahdi said that all these things have been invented so that I can use them for the final victory of Islam. I also mentioned Dictionary of the Holy Quran, which is compiled by Malay Ghulam Farooq Sahab, the editor of a 5-volume commentary of the Holy Quran. And this is very much useful because it uses the roots of the words and gives the meaning, and that is the summary of about 5 most important lexicon of Arabic language. So it is not that we go through the translation and know one word. We should know the Arabic word, and we should try to go through that Arabic word where it has been used in the Holy Quran. And then the root meaning. What is the root meaning? And sometimes you see that if you go to that depth, you will be amazed that from that you can understand that verse differently, and you have never thought about it. And I'll give you some examples. So I'm once again emphasizing this point that all those who are present here, and then they should also encourage others that we should not just go through the Quran and the translation. We should go to the depth of meaning of using all these resources available to us. I give you one example. When the verses I have recited talk of the creation of universe. And here the word khalaqa is mentioned. And the root is khe lam qaf. And I have, in this dictionary, I have all those words which have been used in the Holy Quran for creation, and I have brought with me just to show that khalaqa, if it is used in the Holy Quran in different verses, and sometimes the same word is used in different settings. First, you will go through those verses where it is only creation of the universe. The word universe in the Holy Quran is used either and mostly as samawat wal arz, heaven and the earth. And al-alameen is also used, but for physical universe, normally the word as-samawat wal arz is mentioned. And if you say, okay, I will go through, and there'll be hundreds of verses. So the best thing would be go to every verse, and then you go to those verses where as-samawat wal arz is mentioned and khalaqa is mentioned. And then you will be amazed that you will have a different and better understanding. You can go to Bada, and Bed al-An is the root. It is Badius Samawati wal Arz. And Bada, Bed al-An is a known word in Urdu, and we never think about it. We say this is a bidat. You know, you don't do it. This is a bidat. It means that this is an innovation in Sharia. It is not in the Holy Quran or in the Sunnah. But the same root is the root of Badius Samawati wal Arz. Allah is the originator of this universe. It is Allah who originated this. Then go to Fatara. Fe toire Fatirus Samawati wal Arz. And Fatar has also used in Fatur. That was also, you don't see any incongruity in the creation. So why Allah has used this word? Fatara is also, and then the discussion is in the dictionaries that Fatara and Bada are creation without any material, out of nothingness. When Allah creates something out of nothingness, and that is the first creation when there was nothing except Allah. So then the word was used Badi or Fatir. Bara, Bere, Alif is the root of Al-Bari. You say Allah is Al-Bari, it means normally you will see the maker. But this doesn't mean anything, just by the word maker. So what is the difference between Be, Re, Alif? And the word is barat. Barat is when I say that I show my barat from someone. When I say I have nothing to do with this person. Surah Tawbah is also called Surah Barat because the surah starts Baratum min Allah that Allah has nothing to do with these mushrikeen. So it means that bara has the root meaning where you will distance yourself. So it means in creation, sometime you have to make a distance between different materials or other meanings. So that is bara. Then al-musawwir is also, al-musawwir is the maker of a beautiful picture. So al-musawwir has also something to do with the design of something. Allah designs, as an architect or an engineer has a blueprint. So that is also the meaning of al-musawwir, that Allah has the picture in front of him. He knows what is he going to create. It is not just random that Allah does know what his plans are. And then the word taqdeer also has this meaning, that Allah plans things, and that is the meaning of taqdeer. One meaning of taqdeer, there are other meanings of taqdeer. Then you have ja'ala, he made it. So ja'ala versus khalaqa. Once I and Dr. Wasim Sayyid Sahab, we went through all those verses where khalaqa was used and where ja'ala was used. And there are amazing things. For example, only in one verse, that is, I think in Surah Al-An'am, Allah says, ja'ala zolamate van nur. Normally, nur is light, nur means light, and zulumat is darkness. But zulmat is singular and zulumat is the plural of zulumat. What Allah made, it means Allah made darkness and light. So what does it mean? Is not darkness absence of light? So why Allah has used the word ja'ala? And for the last couple of years, I have been pondering on this. Can we say that ja'ala zulumat means dark matter? Allah created dark matter. So these are the things which we have to discuss and ponder on this, keeping in mind the meaning of all these. Fa'ala also, fail means an action. And fa'ala, when Allah acted, Allah has done something, so that is also sana. Sanat is technology, and swad, noon, an has the meaning. Allah is a sane, but it is in this sane is not used in the Holy Quran, but sana is used for creation. And then amal, an mim lam, amal is an action. So we do amal. When we do something good or bad, this is our amal. Amal is the plural of amal. So I have given you, this example that how on everything, and I teach this on every Wednesday here in Bait-ur-Rehman and on Thursday in Masjid Mubarak, and I encourage people to know the meaning of roots and then go through all those words or some of them. And by the grace of Allah, when I'm preparing, just to make sure that nothing is missed, sometime I go through 200 verses where a root is used. And amazingly, all the time, there are things which were never thought of me are highlighted just because of going through this. So I encourage my brothers and sisters, go through the Holy Quran, go through the meaning and the translation, go through the concordance, whether you can have search it on Google or so I have 5 minutes left, and I will give you the last point. Now, when we talk about the origin of universe, immediately say started from Big Bang, which is also mentioned in the Holy Quran in Surah Al-Anbiya, chapter 21. But what was before Big Bang? So our common sense says that Allah is Khalik, Allah is creator. So Allah was always a creator. You cannot say that before Big Bang, Allah never created anything. So it means that Allah always created, and He was before here and he was always here before Big Bang. So we should tell the outside world that we know more and better, we have better knowledge of the origin of this universe than you, because we know what has happened even before Big Bang. And this verse which I recited from Surah Al-Hadid talks of fi sittati ayyam, that Allah created this universe in 6 days, and then summa stawa alal arsh. Hazrat Naseem Mahdi has said that istiwa alal arsh has happened after a very long period of creation of 6 days. And he says istiwa alal arsh, and I will not go into that detail, is the time when Allah totally withdraws from his creation, and when he is alone and everything in this universe is totally annihilated. And that is part of Taqdeer. Allah mentioned this in the Holy Quran, that whatever he creates, Allah knows what is the time of end. So when everything dies, Allah is alone. That is the time of istiwa al arsh. There are detail, and I will not go into that detail. So and here there are 2 words used. Allah is al-awwal. So you cannot go back in time when you say that this is the start of the creation, because he was always here. But when Allah uses this istiwa al arsh, he is al-awwal and he is al-akhir. It means that when he is alone and decides to create, he will become al-awwal. Al-awwal for that universe which he is going to create. And when that will be totally annihilated, he will be al-akhir. So we can understand why Allah has used these attributes for him. And then az-zahir al-batin, what is visible and what is hidden, there are other meanings, but I will not discuss this here. So the last point is that when Allah is alone, then what is the concept of time at that time? So if there is no creation, we cannot say that there is any concept of time. So this is a point to ponder. And you should also keep in mind a hadith upon Hazrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said that the son of Adam abuses me when he abuses ad-dahar. Ad-dahar means time, because it is ad-dahar who is making us to die one day. So Hazrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, this is the abuse because I am the time. Allah says, I am the time. So when Allah is alone, then there is no past, and for Allah there is never past, present, and future. This is also a concept which has to be pondered in the light of what we know now, and in the light of the Holy Quran. So may Allah bless you all, and I will take questions in the end if any, and I hope that I have given you some food for thought to how to ponder on the Holy Quran. Jazakumullah ta'ala.